Hi everyone, welcome back to Rubasse. It's me again, Nelson, the sales consultant for the European American region. Today, we're going to teach you how to use our Rubasse machine to roast a batch of coffee. The coffee we're going to use today is from Guatemala, Finca e General. It's a slow natural coffee and it has banana scent, red grape, and a hint of chocolate and caramel. As you can see, I'm gonna use 300 grams of bean here. So let us start. First, we wanna input the weight, 300 grams. And then the preheat temperature, I'm gonna set it at 180. Charging seconds, 3 seconds. Starting heat, 50%. Exhaust, 55. Discharge, 15 seconds. Cooling, 90. And drum speed, let's put 45. And after we input all these data, the next thing we'll do is simply semi-auto. As you can see, the machine now, it's starting to preheat itself. It's going to preheat to the target temperature, 180. And meanwhile, I'm going to explain my roasting plan for this roast. The turning point would be around 100, and I'm anticipating first crack at around 8 minutes or 8 minutes 15 seconds. And after first crack, the development time will be around 1 minute. The reason for the 1 minute development time is because I want to emphasize the banana taste out of this coffee. So I don't want to go too dark or like roast it too long, so the banana taste would disappear and more chocolate or caramel will come out. Yep, so let's just wait a bit. It takes about like 5 minutes for our machine to finish preheating. After the machine reaches 180 and then the rate of rise is within 3 degrees difference, then the machine is sure that the temperature is stable. So what it would do next is auto charge the beans for 3 seconds. After the beans finish charging, you can then adjust the exhaust, the heat, or the drum. The reason why I can adjust it now is because the machine is preheating. So I'm giving the machine all the control to reach the target temperature as soon as possible. As you can see, the brown line over here, it actually represents the bean temperature. So the color of the line actually matches the data over here. Brown for bean temperature, and rate of rise, which is green. And for moisture, air temperature, difference in pressure, and drum temperature, these are additional upgrades. So let's start with the easiest one first. So for air temperature, it's pretty simple. We measure the temperature of the air. It's for the exhaust. And for the drum temperature, we actually have a infrared light that detects the bottom of the drum. So it tells exactly what temperature the drum is at. And then the next one, moisture. As you know, for the moisture detector, it's at the end of our exhaust pipe. So what it does, it detects how many moisture is going through that detector at that moment. Every time when we start roasting, this moisture would set to 0. So any other moisture which is coming out is the moisture from the coffee. So it would be a good indicator for you to know, oh, a lot of water is vaporizing now. You might want to give it more heat so that it go through the first crack period. Or you might want to lower it a bit to prevent flick and crash. And finally, the difference in pressure. Difference in pressure, this one is actually pretty simple. I know it sounds a bit tricky here, but what it means is the pressure amount inside the drum. With this difference in pressure, you'll know exactly how many airflow amount is going through your drum at that moment. Okay, so yep, it's almost about 180. Let's give it a few seconds over here. And then we can start roasting. Okay, so as you can see, the temperature now is at 180, but the ROR is still at around 7 or 8. So now the machine is stabilizing the ROR to make it within 3 degrees. So let's give it a few more seconds here. Once the temperature is within 1 degree difference and 3 degrees difference with the ROR, the machine will auto charge itself. Okay, almost there. Okay. So now after the machine charges, we can then adjust the exhaust, heat, and the drum. But I've already preset it, so I'm not going to adjust it at the moment. Okay. So for this profile, the turning point would be around 90 or 100. And for the drying phase, after 1 minute and 30 seconds, I wish to finish the drying phase about between 4 and 5 minutes. So the ROR will be between 20. And after the drying phase, to first crack, it will take another 3 to 4 minutes. So I don't want too much melt reaction over there to create a really thick body. Since this thing represents like banana, red grape, it's really fruity. I want it to be a light cream. I don't want too many body to like make the taste really like complex over there. Yeah, so as you can see, the turning point is at 95.5, 1 minute and 21 seconds, which is about the same I just mentioned. And now you can see the ROR is actually skyrocketing. It should stop around at 20. So as you can see, as soon as I lower the heat, the rate of rise, it also starts to decline. Which means our roaster is super responsive. Unlike other roasters out there in the market, some use cast iron. That means they have a really good heat absorbing or heat to prevent the heat from like going away. But what that also means, if you change the heat today, it might take around like 30 seconds or even a minute before the rate of rise starts changing. So we actually want our roaster to be as responsive as possible because what we are roasting now is specialty coffee and we want to be extra careful on them. Okay, I just heard the sound of first crack. It's a bit earlier. I should probably like lower the heat at around like 5 minutes or so. But yeah, it's still fine here. I'm also gonna turn on the exhaust over here to make sure the excessive chaff is sucked out properly so it wouldn't cause any fire or any bad flavor inside my coffee. So I'm gonna wait until it gets to 1 minute over here. I'm lowering the heat again because the rate of rise is still high. Okay, press discharge. Yeah, so after I press discharge, the machine basically starts cooling itself because I've preset the cooling time and discharge time. So basically, there's nothing I have to do. I don't need to turn on the fan to cool down the beans because our Rubasse machine is doing it automatically. Yeah, so basically, what we have to do now is to prepare our next batch, start selecting another green beans, and basically that's it. Nothing much you have to do. Everything is simple. All you have to do is some like single touch and your coffee bean is ready. Well, thanks for having me today and thanks for listening. Hope to see you next time. Bye!